It's compelling, it's cutthroat, it's chaotic, it's clever, it's controversy and chaos, baby.
Hey, everybody.
You look nice and refreshed
Thank
with your
you.
tangerine eyeshadow.
Thank you. I figured it would make me look more tan
It does. It
because I'm
does.
white.
And
I
of
need to go
course,
outside.
the very white, bleach white shirt also, it does give, it gives tan,
See? Because given ghostly still. It's just like the weather usually now in Georgia, it be hot. It's just starting to get hot. But it's been raining OD. So the days where it's actually like, oh, it's going to be a nice day, it's also going to fucking rain.
Yeah.
Can't go outside
It's
and get no
been
tan
raining.
in that.
It's been raining here all week, but it's been warm rain.
Yeah, I would prefer that.
Yeah.
But in Georgia, when they say, oh, it's going to rain, it's not going to just like trickle and drizzle. It's going to full-blown thunderstorm.
Yeah.
Every day for like a month. And then it's going to be hell hot.
I can't remember who I was talking to, but I told somebody, I'm like, yeah, April showers came in May. Like, when the flowers going to come?
Never.
I ain't feeling it. Not feeling it.
I don't like it. But I need to go outside and get some sun. Like, I need a good tanning oil SPF on 8 because I need to be cooking out there, roasting and not, like, just turn me over. Just push me over.
Not you trying to roast and charbroil yourself.
Yes, put me on a rotisserie like some damn chicken. Just keep it moving. Rotate next side. Get nice and tan and get prepared for the summertime. Because this is not cute. I don't like it. Don't like it not one bit.
It's not giving. It's not giving.
We hope you guys enjoyed like our Met content. That was really good.
Yeah.
And fun. And now we're back to regular schedule programming. So welcome to episode 66 of Controversy and Chaos.
I even think our last 66. Episode, I think episode 65 was actually good too. Like talking about the lessons we learned in our 20s. I feel like that's a conversation that can go on forever. So maybe we'll revisit that from different feedback I saw in the comments and stuff. But the girls is liking that on TikTok.
Oh, period.
Follow us on
TikTok.
You, girls. Because we not banned yet. Although, due to some of our Met Gala content, I got our first warning on our TikTok account because I had to set a bitch straight. Because like, why is you coming for us for no reason? Basically, it was our commentary about Cardi's Met Gala outfit, and this hating soul sister going to get on there talking about some two black women drooling and blah 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 over a Hispanic woman. Okay, first of all, can we stop the narrative with the whole like, okay, yes, Cardi is Dominican and Trinidadian, and so what? Caribbean, whatever she is, who gives a damn? Yeah, like it's not like we sitting here going crazy over Anne Hathaway. I just don't understand. And guess what? And even if we was, if she looked good, no matter what her race is, she looked good. Like why do we have to be so anti non-black women? Like, I'm sorry, I love being a black woman, but that doesn't mean I have to hate women that aren't. Like, what you want me to do? It's so stupid. It's very stupid.
Clearly you're not subscribed, sister, and you should be, because that comment you wouldn't even fix your fingers to type no shit like that, because it's very blickety black over here.
Like, very niggerish. So get the fuck. Thank ya.
Like,
thank ya.
Like, keep that shit to yourself.
Yeah.
Because we be cute.
So yeah,
but bitch, we get rowdy. So no ma'am. Somebody
the Dukes can go up. Because listen, I will get my Twitter thumbs out of retirement.
Man, what? I might get carpal tunnel. Because
listen, y'all new social media commentators and be on Twitter, whatever. Y'all don't know what it feels like to have to send a tweet via text. Okay, y'all don't know what it feels like to have to type 3 times to get the letter E when you like. Y'all don't know. That's why y'all thumbs not strong. Y'all thumbs ain't strong.
Like, imagine just holding your fingers like this, and this is how you got.
That's why our thumbs look like this now. Look at this. Why am I looking at my thumbs? Look, my thumbs gonna go straight for shit because I was sidekick
mean with it.
You hoes can't see us, so stop. Anyway, that's our little millennial, whatever. But yeah, so welcome to episode 66.
We here, ho.
It is. So
let's get a random question.
Okay, so this random question came from a scenario that I saw someone make a TikTok about, and I feel so torn about this. So the question is, should a woman say yes to a man that proposes to her with a ring that she doesn't like? Give your commentary first, and then I'll give you the background.
Okay, a ring that you don't
like you hate, despise, like complete opposite of anything you ever wanted.
I don't feel like that's a grounds to say no. Do you want to marry this person? Because jewelry can be exchanged. We could go and find some other shit. I don't necessarily like this. We can go and get something different. But I wouldn't say no to the actual proposal of marriage, because the proposal is not just about the ring itself. And if you're saying no just because of the ring, you don't even want to marry that fucking person. So then you should just be saying no flat out. Like, don't make it about, oh, I don't like the ring. You just don't want to marry that man at all. If it even crossed your mind, like, oh, this ring is ugly, I cannot. I want to say no.
I feel two ways about it. Okay, so my perspective is that I am very much so the type of person that thinks, proposing is the man's job. It's his man to pick the ring. He can get guidance from a friend or a loved one or whatever. But I do think that man should know you enough to know what you would hate. He might not know exactly what you would like, so he can call counsel, your mama, your cousin, your friend, your whoever. But somebody, he should have some sort of direction as to what you may like or what you may not like. But overall, I think a woman should not be involved in picking her ring or the proposal. The man should plan it. This is his time to show you, not your value, but like, this is how I'm about to step behind you during this relationship and taking things to the next level. That's how I perceive it. So what a woman might think she wants as a proposal, like, yes, I would love to be proposed to on the 50th floor and blah, 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 blah. That's cute and all, but I really don't think that matters. Now, I think it matters of what you don't want. Like, if you're someone who would rather a romantic proposal versus a family-friendly proposal, then okay, cool. But the perspectives that I saw online were very interesting. And it just made me wonder, like, is this why men hate us? I don't know. So
probably.
The women definitely was not being understanding at all.
They wasn't passing the vibe check.
They wasn't passing the vibe check. They weren't being understanding at all. And when I be reading comments like that, I'm like, I promise I'm not a pick me, but y'all bitches is too picky and too strict. Like, y'all are weird. So this one person was like, which I do understand this perspective, because a man said it. He said, a man that does not pay attention to detail is not a man that values you, right? I'm like, elaborate. And he pretty much was like, at the end of the day, that man picked out the ring that he wanted, not with you in mind, just what he wanted to buy. He probably rushed and did it. He didn't consult with anybody. There was no thought process that went into this. I said, okay, that's fair. But then they started getting into deeper conversations saying how, now, mind you, this is in the comment warrior, saying how every woman that they know that had a ring that they didn't like when they got proposed to are now divorced. And they were trying to correlate, basically saying a bad start of a marriage starts with a bad proposal. And so it's like, I'm trying to understand where y'all are headed with this, but I just feel like, ooh, it's so strict.
Yeah, that's given... I can see like his original comment that somebody definitely who doesn't pay attention to the details, because even if y'all never had a discussion about rings per se, like I didn't talk to Colin like, oh, I have to have, well, I guess I was kind of very specific. I was like, I told him exactly what I don't like. I don't want no fucking cluster diamond. Don't give me that shit. I don't want it. I don't like it. And I don't like princess cut. I hate it. It's not for me. Don't give me that. I just want a cute little stone with some friends. And that was it. That was literally it. I didn't go to, oh, it has to be a gold setting, platinum setting, it has to be this carat. I didn't go through all of that. Now, some people, I feel like when they do that, y'all be taking it overboard. But if there's very certain things that like, this is a non-negotiable for me, for yes, this is a piece of jewelry that most people are going to wear for the duration until you get a new one. So, but if you are a gold girl and not a silver girl, one, that should kind of be a no-brainer, because if your partner is paying attention to you, you've never seen me wear silver ever. So why would you go and buy silver? That is the key. You don't pay attention. A lot of people don't necessarily wear jewelry that they keep on unless it's like a necklace or a bracelet or like I wear the same pair of earrings. When it comes to rings, that can be a little bit different. Have that conversation. Find somewhere to bring it up, just so you know if there's a hard ass no. She's not going to like this. You may like something like, oh, this is pretty, but that your partner won't. So yeah, you kind of have to be able to do both things. You have to be able to pry and get some kind of information, whether you get that information from their mama, their sister, like, hey, this is what I'm thinking about doing. Not even thinking about, like, this is what I'm doing. I need y'all to kind of help me out in that process. So it doesn't seem very obvious that you're asking the question, because you don't want to get a surprise away. But if they have a best friend, they're close with their mom, they're close with their sister, whoever it is, have conversation with them. Like, what would they like? Women go to the mall all the time. Let's just browse in this jewelry store. Most women, if they are even thinking that I'm with a person that I would want to marry, or that's something that I desire, you're naturally going to go over to that section and browse in the store. So you, even if you go with your partner, just go into a jewelry store, you could look at something completely different. Just see what they interested in. There's so many different methods. I would be talking to the salesperson. Most times the salespeople be there all the time. They work a regular schedule. I might go to the mall on one day before and just be like, hey, I'm going to get to know them. They're salespeople, so they're going to remember you because they're getting commission. So it's like, look, I know this person. I'm bringing in my potential, fiance or whatever, and I need to kind of figure out generally what she likes. I want to gauge. Then have your salesperson, just like as she's browsing and looking, and do their sales job. And get some information out of them. That's what they're there for.
And that definitely takes a level of effort.
That takes a level of effort. That takes a level of paying attention to details and really making sure that you want to make this experience something that she's going to like. But the whole thing that it comes with divorce, there's a lot of people that'll be like, girl, I couldn't even, that shit was like a speck of dust, and they've been married 50 years. Eventually, over time, you will get a new ring. If y'all are breaking up over jewelry, baby, that shit was doomed before you even got engaged. Y'all should have never even been engaged to each other.
The foundation is in hell.
It's already broke up. That shit is pebbles at the beach, just washing away. It was non-existent. So I think that is a cop-out to make it like, I know people, if their partner didn't like the ring, then the partner didn't want to marry you. They said yes because they felt obligated to say yes. Honestly, that's what it boils down to for me. You wasn't really down for the commitment. You could exchange some shit out.
And that's what I'm saying. I feel like people, I understand the original thought process of the argument, but I feel like people take stuff so extremely. And it's also like, are you married?
That's what it be giving. Like, are you married? Have you been engaged? Have you been proposed to? Because if not, you can't be speaking from like some mythical place. Like, you just don't know. You're just making that shit up because you feel like this is what you should do in that situation. No, girl.
Yeah.
Marriage is a commitment. It's not a fashion show. Like, yeah, you want to have something you like, but over time you can get a new one.
And will.
You could get a new
upgrades and all.
Like, that's some temporary, like, very, like, minuscule bullshit in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
Now, if it's just something that's just like,
now what the hell is this?
2 + 2 is not equaling 4. Now, how the fuck did you think that I would like this? Those are things that maybe you should pay attention to. If you feel like, yes, you want to say, yes, you want to be married to this person, cool, fine. But that is kind of maybe a little leeway into other things that y'all need to figure out. Do y'all really know each other?
Exactly. And I feel like that comes from both sides, because after you get engaged or whatever, I'm a question asker. Like, I always ask, like, oh, so how'd you know? Like, what made you pick this ring? What made you da 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 da? And I mean, obviously he'll say, I'm pretty sure Matt was like, I was already looking at that, but then I confirmed with Teray, and she was like, oh yeah, that's the shape she liked. Because I only really, personally, on my hands, I only like 2 shapes: the teardrop or pear, whatever you want to call it, and oval. That's it.
Oval always going to be the one that's like, that's it.
Those are my 2. That's it. So I just always thought that was so funny. I'm like, do y'all not talk to your partners?
Yeah, it's just like, y'all don't know them. You don't see the things that they like, that they don't like. And
like, I get men don't be on Pinterest, but like, you can easily find someone's Pinterest board, like, in stock. Like, it's not that hard.
You can find yes, you can Google it. You can find all kinds of things. You could take it into the jewelry store, see if that's within your budget. Sometimes some shit boils down to budget.
And I feel like some women don't really know how much things cost. Like,
a lot of people.
You talking about some, you want 6 carats. You know how much 6 carats cost?
A 6 carat
5 carats. Diamond. You know how much that costs? Like, girl, you don't.
Like, baby.
Yeah.
You done bit a bite out of crime. Like, that is way out of your wheelhouse.
You don't even know what that look like. Please, let's
Just
be
like, oh
realistic.
yeah, that's realistic. Like you want somebody to spend $20,000 on a ring? Like, can you afford that?
Girl,
Where,
please,
where do you want people to just pull this money out their ass from?
please.
Make it make sense. Do what's in
Yeah.
your budget, make it nice, and in the future, when y'all up, then you upgrade and get somebody. Then you get your 6 carats. But trying to hang that all up on just the initial proposal, I think is just insanity.
So yeah, I thought that was a little interesting discourse that I stumbled upon.
Very unwell people. But actually, that was a great question because that kind of goes into like my main topic of conversation.
Mhm.
Let me make sure I wasn't supposed to address anything else because I'd be forgetting. Okay, now listen, I don't know. I don't think I'm like type A, but I'm definitely not like type C. Like that person that's just kind of all over the place.
Yeah, no.
Maybe I am. I don't know what type B is, but I feel like I'm right in the middle because I have to say very organized, kind of as a type A person, to keep my chaos of my type C together. So I have to write stuff down. But when I
feel like
things down,
your chaos is in your head. It's not outward. It's not projected.
Yeah, it's in my head. But when you see my notes, is when you see it because you be like, "Girl, what?" I'll have stuff written in one little section. I'll put a little box around it, and I'm like, "Okay, done with that thought." Write something else somewhere else. It to a rational person, you would not be able to follow what I be writing down.
Yeah, I think that's me too.
You would not be able
hella,
to keep up with
hella
it.
boxes and clouds, and I come back like, damn, what the cloud mean versus what the box mean?
Yes,
and I'm analyzing my own notes. Like, oh, shit, what did I mean? Like,
yes, like in my work binder or my work calendar, at like the very first page, I have like a little legend. I'm like, okay, if something is marked yellow, this is what this means. If it's pink, it means this.
If
and
it
then
has
I'm like,
a star or a little snowflake
it means
star,
this. That's what I'm supposed to do with this. Because, girl, if it's not color coded or some kind of shape, some indication that this is important to me, gone. I can't write in just straight pen, can't write in pencil. What is this? What does this mean?
If I put a star by something, that means urgent. Like urgent. So yeah. It's funny. We all have our own methods.
Star at the back, star at the front. Like, pay attention to this right here. But
literally, yeah.
My little chaos.
I get you. I get you.
Thank you. You always get me. Okay. So your question about the ring definitely goes into my conversation of today, which is very ironic because we don't discuss these things ever. We just surprise each other.
Just be yapping.
But I wanted to get your opinion on how family dynamics kind of affect or play a role in raising children. And I guess maybe furthermore, you could take it a step back of would a person's family situation or how does your partner's family fare in your decision to be with them and also your decision in having children?
Okay. I feel like I have very conflicting thoughts because okay, let me preface it by saying this. Obviously, we both come from traditionally blended families, right? Because I come from a two parent household, but it's a blended 2-parent household, I think the dynamic is just different than Matt's, or my husband, for y'all who don't know who Matt is, but it's different from his family dynamics because he comes from a more traditional 2-parent, kids, blah, 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 blah household. My parents also were teenage parents. So it's a lot of different like factors and things there. And when we talk about like the type of people we want our kids to date, or, we had Celine specifically, it's like, would you want, I think Matt asked me like, you think Celine gonna end up with somebody like me? And I say yes, because here's why. My stepdad, although he's not my biological father, he's raised me since I was like 5 or 6. So I live in the house with you every day. I know your mannerisms. This is what I'm used to a man being. And this was the standard for me, right? So of course I dated men that couldn't hold up to him. But when it came down to actually settling down with a partner, there were key things that I knew to look for or think about because that's what I was used to seeing in my household. You know what I mean? And there were key things that I knew not to look for, or that I knew to look for and to like kind of reject or stay away from that were in my vicinity, whether that be uncles, cousins, or whoever else, men that I was like, yeah, I would never be with a nigga like you. So you see what I'm saying? So I feel like we kind of gauge how we want our families to be based off of what we're surrounded by. And I feel like people who have a more progressive mind or are emotionally intelligent, you use the things in your life experiences to be strategic about the choices you make. Whereas some people who may not be emotionally intelligent may be like, well, this is all, toxicity is all I know. So yeah, I'm going to go into this like everybody got baby mama drama. So shit, my mama went through it, her granny went through it, everybody went through it. So yeah, if I end up with a baby daddy that ain't shit, it is what it is. That's normal. Me, that wasn't an option. Like, why would I want to repeat cycles? So I think it just depends on personality, which way you use your experiences and what you see as a positive, or you just choose to, well, this is all I know, so this is what I'm going to continue to do.
Yeah, I think there's definitely people kind of either go down two paths. You are a cycle breaker or a cycle keeper. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
And you figure it out, like you said, just based on looking at your family, shit that I'm just like, oh, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta, I can't accept this. So y'all can do what y'all want, but I'm gonna go this way and do something completely different from what anybody else has done. So like with that, because I've seen this like topic of conversation before, and it always kind of runs into like, I feel like it always be people with really large families don't want someone who has like a small family, because it does take a village to not even just to help raise children, but I just think as like couples and marriage in general, everybody has to have some kind of village. So I don't
biological or
anything,
not.
Yeah, like biological or not. I don't look at it as being bad if one person has a really big family and one person has a small family. Like I would say I probably have a small family compared to most people. Like compared to you, I tell you all the time, your family is going to be responsible for replenishing the population. It's so many of y'all. I cannot keep up. I'm talking about Sierra's family. Everybody got a minimum of 3 children. Like minimum. It's so many. Light. It's so many cousins and this person. I'd be like, and I have met so many of them, and I'm just like, where y'all coming from? There's a new cousin all the time.
And they all know we were like, oh yeah, your friend Teray. I was like, oh, y'all remember her? And she's be looking like
so many. So like, I've been to so many uncles' houses. I've been everywhere.
Yeah.
And there's still more. I know that there's more.
It is. Always. All over the country. All over.
Everywhere. There's so many of them. Like comparison to you, I don't have a big family. But I don't think that will be something that would deter me from being with someone, because honestly, like through parenthood, you kind of learn that most people, yes, you need a village, but most people don't be there to be your village, even if they're family. So it's like, I just kind of like that shouldn't even cross your mind. Now, if your family,
not for your day to day,
not for your day to day, but like if your family is very toxic, even if it's a big family or a small family, I don't give a fuck about that. I would rather marry someone who doesn't have this kind of bullshit and energy going on, because this is just not what I would want in the life that I want to create. Most people try to get away from their toxic families, but no, I just want somebody who has a normal ass family so I can integrate into their family, because these niggas over here, it's crazy.
What I've learned is that nobody's family is normal. Okay. Like even say with my husband's family, traditional, all American, Ghanaian American family.
All American.
But once you start to learn, like, who is that? Who is this? Your uncle got how many kids? This, like, all these different things. But I think for him is different because his immediate family is just so tight and like immediate, like parents, siblings. That's it. Everybody else, we cool with them. But this is the core. Like, you know what I mean? Whereas for me, I didn't really understand what an immediate family was until I got grown, because we've always had cousins, aunties, grannies, whoever is living in our house. You know what I mean? Like they did too, but theirs was more so like, oh, cousin such and such is living here for us to help them out, and then they're going to go on their way. Me, it was just more like, this is just a multi-generational house because that's just what we grew up in. It is what it is, And I feel like I come from I don't care. If you related to me, I don't give a damn how you feel about me saying this. Our family is toxic. It can be very despicable and deplorable. I hope you know what that means. Google it. It's bad. Okay. I love y'all, but I gotta love you from not even arm's length. Like, and I feel like when I was younger, my parents didn't really have boundaries when it came to our family. It was kind of just like a free for all. But the older we got and the more my mom, I would say, kind of like matured and got successful, all these different things, she realized, in my opinion, she never told me this, but how I view it is that she realized like, oh no, I can't risk what I'm building for my children fucking around with y'all. So if I have to keep you at an arm's reach, like, yes, I'm gonna be there for my family. Yes, I'll help you. Yes, I'll do this, do that. But I can't let that interfere with my home. And I feel like for me, growing up, seeing my mom like always help everybody, sacrifice for family members. I feel like my mom had like survivor's remorse. She hasn't said that, but that's my analyzation. I feel like that always made her feel obligated to help those in her family. And when you turn around and you see like, not to keep score, but my mom has done all this stuff, or my parents have done all this stuff for all these people in my family, and they just turn around and shit on you. Now that I'm an adult, y'all better not even call my phone because you ain't never did shit for me. I mean, I don't want to say never, but y'all wasn't there for my mother's children how she has been there for everybody else's. And I don't give a damn who feel what about what. It is what it is. So that's why it's like, at first when I like started becoming an adult and I realized like, damn, like I used to be so close with like my whole family, all my cousins, all this, all that. And now it's like, I have cousins that I'm still cool with, but we're not close like that. It used to bother me. Like, damn, how am I closer to my friends and my family? Like, we were taught blood is thick in the water. You don't ever let blah, blah, blah. But it's like, when you think about it, and it's like, damn, if we wasn't related, would we be friends? No.
That
And
part.
when certain life events happen and you realize like who's there, who's not there, it's like, I do have certain cousins that I used to be closer with, and now I'm not as close with them, but it's no malice. It's just kind of like, we love each other, but we really not like, you know, realistically, we're probably really not each other's cup of tea like that. And that's fine.
Yeah.
So it's just very interesting. And I don't know, girl, families could really make or break you, as you know. Like it'd be a lot going on over here.
Yeah, I feel like what you kind of mentioned it is really is kind of just all about boundaries. Like I have an immediate family. We small but mighty. Like we don't fucking play about each other.
Yeah.
It's very like
y'all mafia on your
like,
own.
Yes, and it's always been like that. And when I started dating Colin, it was like, oh, if you can't fit into what we got going on over here, baby, you gotta bang here, bounce up out of here. I can't.
Yeah,
I cannot come to my mama house and because you here. No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. You just won't fit, and
you
can't
have to
be
get
here.
in where you fit in.
Right. So it's like, thank God that they liked him and everybody got along. But if they didn't, you would have to go because, like you said, we definitely were taught that blood is thicker than. But also, as you grow up and you start to really kind of see things for what they are, you see people as people. Because, you know, as a kid, you look at things under guys like, oh, that's my favorite uncle. That's my favorite cousin. That's my favorite uncle. Like, you see the best in them. It is like, they could do no wrong. And then when you start finding out shit as an adult or as you get older, you're like, them? Hey, I would have never guessed.
Like, wait, hold on.
And then you start seeing things differently. You start looking at the way that you want to shape your life and what you want when you think about, okay, when I have kids, this is the kind of life I want to create for my kid. And you know me, I'm very hard on, I'm not bringing dysfunction into my kid's life. So if you are a dysfunctional being, I can't fuck with that. It's no shade, no tea. But for my kid, certain cycles we're just not going to repeat. The dysfunction of a lot of people, and I can't speak on white families because I don't know what they got going on, but the dysfunction in a lot of Black families, it's like, hell no, I'm not keeping that going. And I used to feel bad about it, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't anymore. Like, if I don't talk to you, that's fine. I truly don't care because I'm trying to do something different. I'm trying to do something that's, I guess, better is the word. Like, the people that we choose to let in our daughter's life is very thoughtful. It's I don't like the in and out people. So it's like, if that's who you are, cool. I'm not telling you to change, but you can't come over here with mine like that. You either gonna be here, be consistent, or you not. Because I think that in itself affects how the next generations, how the future generations operate, how they see love, how they treat other people, what they accept from other people. So sometimes, you got to be the person, and we the parents. So it's like, I'm going to have to be the person to step in and create the boundaries. Like, if y'all can't operate within this box, you cross this boundary, we out. The Johnsons are
literally like,
and I don't feel
me and my crew.
Let's roll. Like, we gotta go. And I've always been a person, like, everybody that I have befriended, like, that I've been super close with, They all have super large families. And I think secretly, because not necessarily secretly, but I think in the back of my mind, I wish that my family was like super close still, like tons of cousins, like everybody that I know from elementary school friends till present day, mad family members, cousins out the ass, aunts out the, like just mad people. But with every large family, there be its own level of bullshit. And I'd be like, I do not envy you because I don't want none of that drama. I can't handle it. I don't want none of that fucking drama because it's also one of those that it's hurtful.
Yeah, for sure.
It's hurtful to watch like shit just fall apart. And the people that you knew and the people you grow up with. And it's like, oh, we have all of these childhood memories, but it's like all that we have is childhood memories because really as an adult, I don't really fuck with you like that. I don't really care for the person that you are. So all we have is the past to talk about. We have nothing new, which lets me know that we have nothing in common.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that we're related. So I've come to accept the fact that that's not enough. It's not enough just to have the family. You have to be able to curate how you want your life to look.
Yeah.
And really kind of be okay with that. So I don't think that there's anything wrong with both parties, like husband and wife, you know, whatever, having different family dynamics. It's really just about how the two of you deal with those things together and make sure y'all are on the same page as when it comes to your kids that already exist, or even when the discussion comes up of having kids, how do we want to raise our children?
Now, I have another question, kind of pivoting just a little bit. When it comes time for Harper to pick a mate, right? We have some time for that, but however, it's going to happen.
Let her daddy tell her we have a century. Like, we have a lot of time.
These niggas be so delusional. Every time we're watching a show, like we're watching a show on Netflix, and Matt's just looking at the screen, and I'm like, "What's wrong with you?" He's like, "Man, I swear for God, when Celine started dating, she better not bring no lame ass, weird ass nigga in here."
Y'all was watching forever.
He's like, "I promise you better not bring no lame over here, no bum nigga." Shut up.
Calm down, Savannah. Calm down. She's two.
Yo, we have a while. But it's so funny that with dads, like the thought of it is just so grueling to them. And it's like, I'm not a boy mom yet, but I don't think I'm gonna be like that about my son. Like, I'm very realistic. Like, I'm not about to be like, oh, my son can't. Y'all have some fucking emotional, deep-rooted issues. I need y'all boy moms to get it together. But anyway, refocus. Do you think that you would feel some sort of way or perceive it some sort of way if Harper comes home with a guy that doesn't come from, you know, the best background or family, or he might be a little bit of a knucklehead. He might be a knucklehead with potential, but how would you react to that? Do you think?
I think I would be okay with that. I honestly think I would be okay with that. One, because I'm like, girl, look at your daddy. No, like,
you don't know your daddy.
But like I don't call your daddy the Hulk for no reason. Check on that. But and that's kind of like, I feel like it would be crazy of us to be like, oh no, you have to date someone who comes from this kind of family, because people can be completely different than what they were raised as, or who they were raised by, or the environment that they were raised in. I think like Colin and I, you know, met in college. So college gives you a completely different outlook on life. You're exposed to more people. You're really on your own and setting out, this is what I want my life to look like. So yeah, people can come from all kinds of backgrounds. I'm not going to ever be that person like, they live in a projects? Absolutely not. But if you have a project mindset and you don't see anything for yourself bigger than this, then that's where I take issue. And it's like, no, let's reel this back. Like you can definitely have all the potential, but you have to be actively working to make that potential come to fruition.
Exactly. Because on the flip side,
yeah, and it's just, and on the flip side, it's also like you could come from the best suburban neighborhood, go to the best schools, have the best, and be a crackhead.
Literally.
So it does, just because you came up in a certain environment doesn't make it that this is the end all be all. I think even sometimes
about
with that
potential and mindset, like especially, I feel like being a young person, like someone who dated young as you did as well, it's just kind of like you have to, as the adult, see the potential. If there's no potential and this just bad news bears completely, yeah, advise your kid to get the fuck. But if the child just may not have like a dad at home or support, or like they may have both parents, but their parents could be very financially unstable. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like certain things like that. Like, I think it's more so about reading the person and seeing like, okay, you may come from this, but like, where are you headed? Like, where's your mindset? And I feel like those are easy things to assess, because on the surface, you can look at me like, she come from teenage parents, well, mom and stepdad, this brother, that person, this blah, blah, blah. Well, no, she got too much going on. Like, that's how I perceived it.
Yeah. And some people do kind of look at it that way. And it's like, oh, that's their life. That's their family. Like they can't fathom, or they can't see that people can, life gives you lemons. And a lot of people go on to make fucking lemonade. Like we come from environments and families where people made fucking lemonade.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, yeah, we may have had to, we may have come from teenage parents. We may have step parents. We may have additional siblings that don't have the same, everybody doesn't have the same parent, but you can't, like, there's some things like a business owner, like homeowners, they have great job. Like they do things, all of the kids, college graduates. It's like, yeah. So you can't look at this one thing that happened, shit, in my case 32 years ago, and be like, oh, this is who they are. No, you got to kind of look at the way things are now. And that's why I also think like the family dynamic is important, as far as like your significant other kind of being around your family, because to see
if they can get in where they fit in.
Yeah, they can kind of get in. You can see how people interact with each other. You can actually see how the family operates. Then you can kind of make those judgments and be like, yeah, y'all got too much shit going on. If you see the way that your partner interacts with their family, it's kind of like, why are you acting like that? Like, it's a whole different person. Then y'all can kind of address those situations, but you got to kind of be integrated into the mix to kind of figure those things out, or be able to openly talk about any kind of family or, familiar issues or things like that. You got to be able to see it, to kind of address it. And sometimes people don't know that they have a toxic family until they're around somebody else's family, or they point it out and be like, that's not normal, right?
Like, so dysfunction is not normal?
Yeah, like dysfunction is not normal. It's normal to you because this is all that you know, but there's a completely different way to live life. And you can do that. I can show you that we don't have to do this. You can do something else. And as long as a person is open and willing to doing those things and creating a better life with as little dysfunction as possible, I don't see anything wrong with it. Now, certain things, if she's very young, dating like high school, I'll be like, baby, now what the hell's going on? Don't bring me no YN. Don't do it.
Nah, a nigga not coming up in my house wearing no Nike Tech, Pooh Shiesty, none of that. Dress
in
regular.
95 degrees. Absolutely not.
Just dress regular. Just get, like, you could wear sweats. We would
not be doing that.
You could wear a 2-piece little jogger set, but the Nike Techs and all that other stuff, I'm sorry. No, we're not doing that. Because my thing is, and even with my brothers, right? Not to get off on a tangent, but my brother Jalen, he is a very sweet, stern, he's a great young man, right? But you look at him, young Bay, everybody a little young Bay, well, Teresa young Bay. You look at him, and he looked like a YN. Like, the way he dressed and carried himself, his car, why the seat gotta be all the way? Why are we driving back here, nigga?
Why are we laying down, Jalen?
You not a YN. You are definitely a nice, upstanding young Black man that shit could get shaken if it's shaky, but you're not a YN. So can we just stop like, I don't want to see you with the shiesty mask. I mean, he's never going to hear this because he doesn't even listen to podcasts. YNs don't listen to podcasts. But maybe I'll clip it up and send it to him. Like, nigga, I just need you to stop. Like, those TikToks that be like, when I stopped dressing like a YN and I started dressing like a Black man, that's what I want for you. We cut the cruddy off.
He did.
He cut the cruddy off. Baltimore niggas, they like the cruddies. He cut the cruddy off. Okay. He worked on his waves. So I said, okay, I see you maturing a little bit, but I need you to give the Under Armour and the Nike Techs, let it go.
Listen.
Put some cute shit on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like make them match.
Yeah.
Make them match.
Set. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the personality, because it's like, if you talk to Jalen, it's like, that ain't you.
It's not.
That
like,
ain't
why
you.
Do you look like that? Right. He's literally 22 going on 65. He's a grown old man. Like, I don't know.
Very much so. Always has been.
Yeah.
Always has been. So yeah, it's just like certain things. I'll be like kind of inclined, like, all right, I won't be like Who am I kidding? I'm a fucking Judge Judy. But luckily Colin is not. So asterisk.
No,
He's not asterisk. So I'm like, you can come.
we
I
ain't get to
need
the
to see
stage.
you.
We ain't get to the stage of his little baby girl dating, so we don't know what that nigga gonna be like. Let's be for real.
Oh, he ain't gonna be playing. He gonna be like a fucking Martin and Will Smith at the front door. What's up, nigga? Like,
got the get.
hello? Like, no games. I already know he's a madman. The other day he was just like, you think like we'll be able to go to her prom? I said, nigga, what? Lost your mind? No.
What is
and why are you thinking about that? He's like, I was just thinking. Why are
what
you
you
thinking?
mean go to her prom as a chaperone? You bet not. I wouldn't.
He's like, we didn't go to prom. I said, I don't give a fuck. We're gonna go have a nice adult dinner somewhere else, not even remotely close. Because if we are anywhere in the vicinity of where her prom is taking place, that nigga's gonna be sitting outside trying to figure out how he can get in.
Hold on, neither one of y'all went to prom?
No.
Oh, maybe I should host an adult prom.
Oh my god! Then he started talking about when we go to an adult prom. I said, now who the hell is having an adult prom? I said,
technically a wedding is an adult prom if you think about it, but
nah, because it'd be too many people single. Because I'd be like, oh no, you can't bring no plus one to my wedding. You're single. Like, come by yourself. I don't know that person. You cannot have no plus one.
We should have an adult prom.
Oh Lord, now it done sparked. Now she's gonna be trying to plan the damn prom. And wait till your mama hear this. She gonna be the main one.
She already planned her 50th birthday party. That's a whole nother story.
But what was I saying? Oh yeah. So it's just like,
the prom.
Yes. So I know that he's gonna be on one. But it's just like I would be open to meeting. I must meet everybody.
Yeah.
I must meet. You still live with me? Oh no, baby. And you're underage. I need to meet everybody. See, I'm gonna be like Justin's mama, asterisk, a little bit. I need to know where they live. I need their mama number. I need to know. Put my eyes on you. I need to see these people. I need to see the kid, everybody. Now, if you come, because we are in Atlanta, in the general area. So it's just like certain things outfit wise, they're gonna be dressed like they're from fucking Atlanta. So I already can see what that looks like. But it's like, no, I need to put my eyes on you. I need to have a conversation with you. Like, I need to see really like where your mind is before I just make a judgment based on what you look like.
Like, can you put together a sentence?
Yes. Like, can you put together a sentence? What are your goals? Like, are you going to college? What colleges have you been looking at? What are you doing? I need a plan of action, like something.
Yeah, something. Anything.
Like like she probably won't be dating until like junior, senior year. So it's like at this point, you should kind of know what you looking at. Have you been on college tours? Do you have interest? If you're not going to college, because I'm not saying college is the end all be all.
I'll take you.
What you doing? Exactly. We'll take you. I have no problem, because that might not be the environment they come from. They may not. They may end up being the first person in their family to ever go to college. So they may have not gone on college tours or doing these things. Okay, but is this something that you're interested in? If you are, you can come with us.
Yeah,
because we're going to be going on tours, seeing the school. So I definitely think like I would be open to people. And also I think outside of just judging the guy, it's more about seeing where her mindset is. And I feel like that's important as well. I want to know, what do you see for yourself? Because we can't be parenting. I'm about to say parenting. We can't be parenting and giving all this knowledge and game like, okay, this is what you should do. We can't be setting these kinds of examples and then you go and do the complete opposite. It's like, okay, yeah, I got to see the job that I feel like I have done as a parent. Is the message getting across? And that's the time you start to figure it out.
Like, is the computer computing, or is there birds flying around up there?
Is the lights on and nobody home? Like, I gotta see what's going on. So I really have to see where your mind is, and I think that kind of will put me and Colin at ease as parents to be like, okay,
yeah, go do your thing. Yeah, go
do your thing. I know that I trust the decisions that you're going to make. I trust the job that we've done. Go ahead. I'm here for anytime you need any kind of assistance, help. When I need to step in and it's just like, oh, absolutely not, I won't have to bully my way in this situation, then I'm fully prepared to do it during those times. But I don't foresee us being those parents that are just like trying to put her in a box and just like lock her up. No, you're going to have to live your life. When you go to college, it's going to be a free-for-all. So I would rather you have discernment early than get there and wow out. Because we know.
Yeah. And I mean, you're going to wild out a little bit.
Yes,
freshman,
but
you
we
can
know
wild
those
out a little
people
bit.
like
Yeah.
freshman year that make some horrible decisions, and you be like, "Baby, that shit lasted all 4 years of college."
Yeah, like decisions you couldn't dig yourself up out of.
Yes,
Like,
you couldn't dig yourself up out of the memory of other people. People still remember that, and they still talk about that. So let's try to
we don't want to be that.
minimize any kind of issues, as much as possible. And I think a lot of that comes from I need to see what you feel about for yourself.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah.
Okay. That was a nice little chat. I wonder if I'll get any phone calls after this.
Probably.
Yeah.
You know that shit's coming. You know that shit is coming. So who are you talking about? Are you talking about?
Girl, if you think I'm talking about you, boy, if you think I'm talking about you,
go
leave
ahead.
me
Yes.
alone.
There will be
My
a Facebook post somewhere. There will be a Facebook post somewhere. They'll be like, bitch, what?
The patience is thin these days. Okay. I don't got much to give. I really feel like I was telling Matt this the other day, not to get off too much of a tangent because we're wrapping up, but my patience is so thin, and like my I don't give a fuck is so like non-existent that whoever nucks and bucks with me next, you're going to get the cuss out of a
Be
fucking
ready to
lifetime.
fight.
Like, I'm not having no mercy. So whoever think that they want to get something shaken with me, that's going to be the last shake you ever shook.
I'm going to pray for anybody who even breathe wrong, because it's going to get sticky for you.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you asked for it. So.
Okay. Yep.
That's what you get. But yeah.
This is cool. This is great. Yes.
That was
another
cute.
good episode in the book. 66.
A little love 66. We really do be having some good episodes. Like,
we do.
I be cooking sometimes.
And do. Cooking, stewing, all of it.
Cooking, stewing, and brewing. Lakers 9-5.
That was a good one.
Couldn't myself. Okay, yeah, let's just wrap it up on that.
Yeah. Okay, well.
So give us your thoughts and opinions on the families, dynamics. How do you think about families? Yeah, how do families determine who you date? Let us know in the comments.
Yes.
And follow us on all social platforms.
Absolutely. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.